welcome back to the 11th episode of the Unfathomable podcast. Zoe is unable to make it today, so we have Nia Kohl here stepping in as our first guest. So we'll introduce you who she is and everything like that, but just to bring it back to me, because that's who it's all about, I'm Daph, and here we go. So here is Nia Kohl Tada, and
Hello.
she is known as Nia Kohl. That's your
My
other
internet
persona,
name?
yeah. It's,
Whatever you want to call it.
So what avenues do you use Nia Kohl on?
I promote on Twitter and
Yeah.
I just make content for Onlyfans.
Do you have an Instagram or anything for that?
I'm so bad at tags.
Yeah.
I'm sure the producer can just pop it down there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So speaking of said producer, that's actually how I got to know you.
Yes.
So you are the partner to
Yes.
our producer to the entire fucking Unfathomable podcast. I won't give him much glory, but I'm glad
He's
that you're
alright.
here and able to
He's
step up as a
alright.
guest today. So you guys are in an open relationship.
Yeah, I think, how long's it been? Been together 9 years. I think it's been 2 years. Is that right?
2 years of open relationship.
No? Can't remember how long it is.
You're just regressing that shit. Don't want to think about it. That's fair.
We started 2 years in.
2 years in.
So 7 years.
So 7. See, this is what I said earlier. I said I'm really bad at remembering details and telling stories.
I thought that you would know the difference between 2 and 7 years, not gonna lie, but
I don't think about the time.
yeah, I guess after
Just-
9 years it's kind of,
It's just a normal thing now. It's like it's not measured on how long we've been doing it for. It's just natural to us. So
yeah. So how does that dynamic work for you? Is there jealousy? It's not something that I've ever explored.
there was at the start.
Yeah.
I think mostly with me,
Mhm.
which I think is pretty common with women being jealous and
Yeah, for sure.
but it's all about honesty. So I just tell him when I feel that way and we figure that shit out. So
Yeah. So
that's
just
really just how it,
communication.
communication and being honest, I guess. So
Yeah.
no secrets, you can't hide anything.
How did you how did that, I guess, fucking kookaburras, but how did you guys, how did that happen? What introduced you guys to, the idea, where did it come from? Was it Mr. Producer Man or was it you? Was it something you guys,
I think it was
thought
both
about?
mutual.
Yeah.
We kind of, we're still our own people, so yeah, we're in a relationship, but he can go and do what he wants, as long as he tells me and we're honest. And I think because I'm attracted to women as well, so it just made it easier to pursue women together rather than
Yeah.
on our own terms or whatever, and it just made it
It
easier.
just works for you guys. Yeah.
I
That's
feel
cool.
that. It's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
if you can try it, why not?
So when it comes to the open relationship, is that just you guys I don't want to sound like I'm stereotyping or anything like that. It's just I don't have that sort of knowledge. So is it just you guys going out and I guess sleeping with other people? Do you sleep with other people together?
So it's a bit of both. We do it together if that person is interested in both men and
Yeah.
women, or if he has someone that he has in mind he wants to maybe, get to know or whatever, that's fine. He can go and do that.
Yeah.
And I just do my stuff on my own time.
Yeah. So it's all kind of you just do your own thing,
It's
do
kind
your
of
own
just
vibe.
planning and letting the other one know what's going on
Yeah.
and where you're going to be and stuff like that. So
Has it ever progressed into you guys having another person in the relationship or either of you guys dating someone else?
So we've dated other people together. That was very interesting. It was quite a journey. I just hit my mic.
Yeah. I'm just confused by the laughter here. So
It's good. It just doesn't always work out how you think it's going to work out.
yeah.
It's just, I don't really know how to say it. Again, with the jealousy thing,
Yeah.
you could end up with the person that's involved just wanting to be with one person rather than both.
Yeah. Kind
just
of
gets-
dividing. Yeah.
It just gets a little difficult, I find anyway, so we just try and keep it to just casual fun with whoever's interested, really.
And then it's like you kind of guys just come home and be together, and then
have our own time and stuff.
Yeah. Because like the only way that I've ever really been exposed to, I guess, like polyamorous relationships, open relationships and shit like that is like TLC shows, like, you know, where there's
on TV,
like, you know, mad like Christian men that like have like 5 wives, and he's like, you know, I have like a house for each of my wives, and I just like spend a week with one and that the next. Like that's all I really know, because my mum really enjoyed those TV shows, and I was like,
I feel like to an extent it can work. It just depends on each individual person. And it's just like you have to spread your time between both people, and between working and whatever else you do outside of that. Yeah. But it just depends on who you are, really, I think.
Yeah. So it's like, if I guess like a dynamic that I don't know if like it's how it works. So say if you two were to date somebody and then someone else was like wanting you to get another relationship, would your relationship kind of be like the priority and then they're like your little side relationship, or would it really just depend?
I think for me it would be. Yeah. But I think for each person involved, it'd probably be on a different level. Yeah. As to where they put that priority. Yeah. But I feel like for me it's like I could do without the open relationship. It doesn't matter, as long as like in the end I'm still coming home to my partner. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So it's just kind of like just pretty like fluid, just whatever you guys feel like doing. That's pretty cool. It's
we try and just like go with the flow, really, just whatever.
Yeah, there's no pressure, there's no like requirements, you're not expected.
You don't have to do anything or do this, or you know. Yeah.
It's like if you're not feeling it, you can just do whatever you like, and he can fuck off and do whatever he likes. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So we still get our own space, and like you got to have your own time to just
I think in any relationship you need that too, though.
Even if it's just having a bath or going out with some friends or just something for like an hour or so, like that's good enough.
Having a bath, open relationship things, like, oh God, how...
It's just good to take your me time.
Amazing. No, the only time I've ever... It was really weird for me. So when I was engaged, my ex-fiancé just like notoriously cheated. And I would call his mum and just be like, he's fucking cheating on me again. Like, I'm fucking over it. Like, you can go fucking live with you. Like, because, you know, I was just, you know, we had committed to each other and that was it. And then it was his fucking Catholic Bible bash and have an ass mum who turned around and went, well, why don't you guys be in an open relationship? And it was not what I expected from her. But I was like, it shouldn't be a way out to guys like his cheating. Yeah. Like, no, that motherfucker still cheated.
Excuse that he's gone and done that without you knowing.
Yeah, it's like weird. That's not like a justifiable excuse. I'm not going to have my partner's mum tell me to enter in an open relationship with her son just so I stop calling her, being like, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, and I feel like that in itself, I guess probably like blurred my judgment as to what an open relationship should be. Because I was just like, well, fuck that. Like, no, he's still cheating on me, the piece of shit.
He still went behind my back and like fucking did that.
Yeah, so, but like he was toxic. Like he would message other women and be like, oh, do you want to have a threesome with me and my partner? But like not tell me. And then it's like a year later, this like said chick will message me and be like, hey, you still keen? I'm like, keen for fucking what? I don't know you. So that was, I guess, not like a deterrent for me, but it's just not something I think that I would...
It just wasn't clear information. Like, you didn't know where to go after that, really, But, like... I think that's why it works so well with, like, Ethan and I, because... Sorry. Mr. Producer Man. You can just cut that out, right?
He can just do a little other name drop.
Uh-oh.
Also, he might actually now decide to have his name out there. Who fucking knows? Anyone who like knows you is going to know
about that.
Yeah.
But
now you're going to be tagged and linked, and one thing leads to another, and bum bum bum. It's Christmas.
As an example, as how having someone in a relationship can go south.
Yeah.
Without name dropping.
I was like, how do I say this?
Explain that time you were having a shower with the person.
Oh, okay.
Was the shower not big enough, Nicole?
No, it was plenty big, but...
Oh, so now you're fat-shaming people?
No, the shower was fine.
Yes,
but so, okay, so we're having a shower and like, I don't know, we're doing, you know, whatever you do in the shower with your spouse or washing their hair or whatever. And she's like, started telling me, like, why do you deal with this? You could do better. Like, you should be with me. Oh, my. And like, we should just, like, we could just go.
So she was trying to like pull you away from.
And I said, like, what the fuck? And like, I'm quite happy how I am right now. Like, that's.
But why the fuck is she staying in the relationship if you can do better? Then she obviously thinks that she can do better, right?
I don't know, but that's like.
Like, you both probably could have done better, but that's just my opinion.
Shots fired.
The gun is out.
I got my gun out. But no, yeah, so I was like a bit taken back by that. Like, that was kind of a bit weird to me that she would say all that stuff. Like, then why are you looking for an open relationship if you then want that one person of the open relationship to go?
Yeah.
And just be with you? That's not how an open relationship works. Like,
no.
Yeah, so it was just weird. I think she was going through some shit, but, you know, like.
In, like, the relationship, though, did she then also explore, like, with other people, or is she just kind of there for you too?
I think she was still sleeping with other people, which is fine.
Yeah.
She's free to do whatever she wanted to do at that time.
Yeah.
There was one time we were, out,
right.
and she, I think, wanted to go back to ours for something, or I can't remember what the story was. But we're like, yeah. Oh, no, we said we were out, so you just have to wait till we get home.
Yeah.
And then when we got home, one of the windows, like the screen was off or something. Right. And it was real weird. And like the door was unlocked. Like, we had the keys.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just strange. So Ethan walked in and like the said person was just sleeping with someone else in our house, in our bed, after we had told them, like, no, we're out, so you just just wait.
Just wait. So and she didn't live with you guys?
It was just, sort of like on and off, kind of stayed with us every now and then kind of thing. And yeah, that was just like that was it. After that, it was, I don't think we like had someone else be a third in our relationship for a while.
I'm sure that was probably I was honestly expecting you to be like, yeah, we walked in and she like Amber Heard like shit in our bed sort of thing. Like, was so seeing that coming. But I want to come back to you saying that you guys were showering together and you were washing her hair. What the fuck? I've never washed my partner's hair.
What else are you supposed to do in the shower, I guess?
Get wet.
Yeah, but you're already wet. But so you just like soap each other up and like wash each other's hair and like, I don't know. That's just what you do. Are you
like an aged care nurse in your spare time or something? You're like, oh, since we're here.
I guess. Do you want your hair washed?
Are you saying my hair's greasy? I washed it yesterday.
I'm not saying that.
Wait, are you trying to get me in the shower with you? What the
That's it. But no, I don't know. Like, that's just what we did. Like,
yeah.
You know.
I think Mr. Producer has also mentioned to you, like, washing hair and stuff and told him he's too aggressive with his hair washing and...
Those split ends, be real.
Getting attacked. You can produce a podcast, what can you do? Not wash your fucking hair. Not wash...
He's gone better, I told him well.
Was that 4 years into the relationship, 7 years into the relationship that he learned how to fucking wash his hair?
Don't ask me dates because I'm really bad at remembering.
No, what is the specific date he learnt to wash his hair?
No, I'm not sure on that one, sorry.
What other things do, I guess, you do in a relationship that you feel like are normal that I can judge you for? Like washing, I just don't, but...
Have you never had someone wash your hair?
No.
Oh,
unless I'm at the hairdressers.
But does that not feel nice, right? That someone else is washing your hair for you?
It does, but then like if they like leave you there for too long and it sits against your neck and I'm just
but you're at your house in the shower, so you like don't want to be too long in the shower.
Yeah, true. Fair. It's like, oh, we'll get a whole SWAT team in, everyone can just grab a bit and wash it for me.
That's right. It's pretty good, but...
Oh my goodness, I'm just, yeah.
But yeah, so that conversation come up and then I just didn't really know where to go from there. It's just like, I can't deal, that's not what this is about, so I'm not going to deal with that.
That's not like violating your privacy and trust. And
yeah, like if I was unhappy with the other, I would do something about it. Like, do you see me really stressing or being upset or like, you know, it was just so weird. I was really taken back by it. I was just kind of like put off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's like if anyone just kind of like rocks up into your house and decides to sleep with someone in your bed, it's like,
Yeah, or tries to tell me, you should leave.
Yeah, but they're also in the same said relationship.
I don't understand. I just don't.
But if you and her, like, I don't know how much you guys discussed in the shower because you just mentioned it was a quick shower. But, you know, if you were to run off with her and be in a relationship, would it then still be an open relationship? Or would she just want to be like, no, all to myself? Or, like...
I think she was getting at, like, all to herself. Like, don't want...
anyone else.
Yeah. Like, sad story, just want to be me and you kind of thing. Which is weird because she came to us to be open. I don't know.
And that just, that baffles me.
It's a bit strange.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you guys see yourselves, like, staying in an open relationship for, like, the rest of time?
I feel like we probably could, just because it's just naturally who we are as people. Like, we're pretty open and relaxed and just really here for a good time, essentially. Like,
And, like, when you guys are getting into, like, your 70s and 80s, you're going to need someone else to come and wash your hair. So
That's
it really
right.
just works out well. It's like, oh, you're a nurse today. She's like, no, fuck off, I am the actual nurse. Like, I'm coming here with, like, a service. And you're like, no, but here's the thing. We're in an open relationship. Like, jump in.
like, give us some, you know. You never know. But, yeah, I hope nothing else comes in the way of it. And, like, we can just... It's pretty... Like, it just comes naturally, so...
Yeah, so you don't want to then run away with me?
I mean...
Consider me worried.
I'll do it. I'll ask in the shower later. It's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Whenever you want your hair washed, let me know.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, I'm in a funky mood. Okay, but it's like, so I'm now curious. I feel like I'm like stuck on this hair washing thing and I'll move on from it. Was she taller than you? Because you aren't tall. So you like...
I actually think she was slightly taller than me. Was she? I think she was.
So you like, you got
But
like
yeah,
your fucking, your wellies, got your boots on so you can get up.
In me gum boots or whatever. Me platforms.
When it comes to showering, I don't think I've showered with someone since my ex, just because of like my living situation. I don't really plan.
Yeah.
It's just like,
fair.
don't really care also.
Some people like to just shower on their own.
I'm very aggressive when it comes to sex, and I'm like, you've finished, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You're like, you'll be lucky if I give you a tissue or a towel, like, go home, I'm sure
Let
you've got
alone a
some there.
shower.
Yeah, like, this isn't a charity
Do you
service.
sing in the shower or you just...
Oh, no, I'm the fucking singer.
Yeah.
I'm never quiet, ever.
I'm like that.
Yeah, I fucking sleep talk. I'm a pest to be around. But my ex and I, like, we would, like, obviously brush our teeth. I never used to brush my teeth in the shower, but he, like, got me into that when I was, like, 15. So, like...
I brush mine out of the shower.
Yeah, I can't now.
Producer would sometimes do it in the shower. I don't know why, but I just don't. I just will wait till after.
I'm like, why take it in and out of the shower, in and out? It's like either in the shower or out of the shower. So the producer just needs to fucking sort his life out a little bit. Anyway, so this is the roast of the producer episode. So anything else you want to get off your chest? No.
No, we're good.
Pussy. Anyway, so this is my list of things that I wanted to get on. But no, like, we would, like, spit our toothpaste, like, at each other. We'd, like, piss on each other. Like, I'm not out here washing his hand. It's like, I'm like the annoying person. I would, like, get my mouth full of water and just, like, spit it at him the entire time.
See, I don't think I'm that person. I think I'm the opposite. I just want to brush my teeth and get the fuck out.
Yeah. You're grown. I'm not.
Yeah.
I was undiagnosed ADHD. It all makes sense now, really. I was probably sitting in the bottom of the shower with, like, me rubber ducky, and he was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know if I'm grown, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Like, every now and then I'll just sit on the bottom of the shower and just, like, slide around, just, you know, like a kid. Pretty much me.
That's good.
So, okay, when it comes to creating content,
yeah.
like, when did you start that? Did you start that in this relationship or before the relationship?
No, it was in the relationship. I think
Yeah.
I found it easier to want to make that kind of content sort of, not because of the open relationship, but just because I was more experienced in like what men and females might like more.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
So like what kind of like drew you into like being a content creator? Like what did you just wake up one day and go like, hey, I'm
I
starting
guess
OnlyFans?
just like, I don't know, I like attention in the way of like I take a lot of photos and just like,
You already kind of had the content there
I
anyway.
had a lot on my phone. I was like, I need somewhere to put this shit. Like what? And so yeah,
Because iCloud just wasn't an option. Oh, you guys don't believe in Apple. It's okay, consumerism, whatever. Moving on. So
let's just skip the Apple conversation. But
more of a banana girl myself.
yes.
Yeah. So it was just like you already had it there. You're like, may as well.
It's just kind of like why not? Like, I've
well.
got half my phone's full of fucking nudes and stuff. Like, I'm not sending them to anyone. What am I supposed to do with them? Like,
Yeah.
Might as well make some money from them and stuff like that. So,
Was it something you'd thought about like beforehand? Like, was it like something you'd wanted to do? You know, were you ever interested in, I guess, just like, you know, like stripping, escorting, like anything? Like, was like, I guess the sex industry as a whole, was that ever like appealing to you or a dream of yours?
it was appealing. I don't think I wanted to do it back then. Like, I didn't know that that's what I was going to be doing. I wasn't very like, I didn't have a lot of knowledge on that kind of stuff when I was younger. Like, yeah, I'd maybe had a boyfriend here and there and whatever. And
Oh, I'm aware of your boyfriends back in the day.
So back then, like, I didn't really, if you want to say it, have a reason to think about doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then since being in an open relationship and opening up more about like sexuality and like being pansexual, like I didn't know that was a thing until,
It really wasn't until
like
the last
all
few
of this
years.
kind of thing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was gradual, but it was good, and I can't remember where I was going with that sentence.
No, you're right. I feel like definitely like the sex work industry really like opens you up to like, I guess, discovering yourself as well. Like, it doesn't matter like, kind of like what avenue of it you do explore, whether it do be just like, you know, online work or like camming. There's so many different ways, that you can go about it. But it's just, I feel like you just really discover yourself in amongst doing it.
I think you find out like what you like and don't like more, and just like you get different ideas, and like it makes you more creative. I feel you got to keep coming up with like new ways to, I guess, impress people, if you want to say it that way.
You can't just, be recycling the same old shit from like 4 years ago.
You can't do the same thing every day but in different clothes. Like, it's going to get old, you know?
Yeah, you've got to want to use the washing machine a few times. But yeah, I don't know. It's just very interesting. Like, I'm always curious as to why different people get into it, how they get into it, because there's also, there's women that end up in that industry because they don't think they have any other options and stuff like that when it comes to like, homelessness and like, needing money. And so I guess it's just not cool because like obviously like that's never cool, but it's just interesting to find out why different people...
Different reasons for doing certain things. I think that's interesting too.
I think it's a lot more like accepting, a lot more people like just starting. It's like you see girls like, oh, I'm 18 now, like let's start an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know when you got into it, but I remember when I got into it, like OnlyFans, like I was like sketched out. I didn't think it was like a real website. I was like, what is this? And it like you couldn't just go around telling people that you did that sort of stuff. It wasn't acceptable.
I don't think I was sketched out, but I was like kind of just. I think my main thing was people from my work or people from like not
just
my close immediate
life.
circle, but outside of that will find out. But then once you do it, it's just kind of like, if they find out, they find out. Like, if they don't like it, they can just not look, kind of thing. Yeah.
There's a lot of bravery to you being able to like say that and just kind of be like stiff shit, because like that's something that I'm still struggling with. Like I have...
Yeah. It is a struggle for sure. I feel like for everyone at some point it's going to be an issue, but I think you just always try and like find ways to get past it. And
it's like you got to work out, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for others? And I guess it's just a whole fucking journey that, yeah.
It is.
Then, yeah, you see, like, some other people and, you know, like, they're, like, families and that, like, they're all accepting, and then there's some families that it's like, no, like, you're shunned from the family for this, like,
Yeah.
you're kicked out. It's
My
such
mum's
a
like,
dynamic.
gosh, I would never do that, but it's fine that you do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mum.
The closest
Oh.
person to my family to ever know was my brother's ex-girlfriend. And that was only because I knew her before she dated my brother. And she had, like, I used to work with one of her friends. So it was like kind of like a little girl group situation. And I'd hang out with them and we'd like do each other's like hair extensions and braid each other's hair and shit.
Yeah,
and I'd be
man.
like, yeah, well, this is what I do. And just like tell them that. They're like, oh, that's so cool. And then all of a sudden this chick fucking moved in with me and like is dating my brother. I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for her to drop that ball. And so now it's like 4 years later and I'm like, I don't know if my brother knows. But he's never said anything about it. But it's like, yeah.
Maybe he doesn't really. Maybe he's just like, yeah, whatever.
But like, how do you like, I guess, approach your big sister being like,
Do you do anything?
yeah, like where, like, I guess it would be
He might feel
uncomfortable.
awkward kind of talking about that kind of thing. Like, do you know if he's like, he might not be at the level that you're at with like stuff to do with sex and all. I don't know.
Oh no,
where he's
I've
at.
heard him have sex before. I actually put a hole in the roof. We had a 2-story house, and he used to be like, he was upstairs and he'd be fucking his missus, and I used to get a broom and bang on the roof,
Oh
like,
my
shut
God.
the fuck up, because I'd be like watching TV and I couldn't hear it, and I was like, no, fuck you guys. Like, I'm so weird about other people
So
having
maybe he
sex.
does know and he just doesn't like really care that that's what you do.
Fair. But when I first started seeing Cousin Boy, you know him, right?
Yes, I know him.
Yeah, so the guy that I'm like currently dating, I dated him like 2 years ago, and he is related to the girl who knew. That's very tongue twisted, but basically,
Little, yeah.
his cousin knew I was a sex worker. Easiest way to explain it. And when she found out that him and I were dating, she messaged him and was like, just so you know, like, Daphne like does this in her spare time. And he was like, I know, she's told me. And that's I'm sitting here thinking,
That's so annoying.
if she's out here exposing me to her cousin, like, who has she actually told? Like, did she tell
Yeah.
my brother? I'm like,
Or anyone else,
yeah.
for that matter.
Like, yeah, it's like, you just don't know.
That's weird.
And it's like, I guess when people view it as like a big deal, they're going to spread it as a big deal, when there's other people
They'll
just
talk
like,
about it more.
Yeah.
And bring it up more.
I think it really depends on like how, like what they're exposed to and what their views are as to whether they accept and share that information.
Yeah. You would hope they're just accepting of it and don't tell people, just
Yeah.
in general, like,
I just
It's
don't
up to
understand
you to
why it
tell
like,
people,
comes
like,
up. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, who's randomly like, oh yeah, like I bought a Take 5 at Coles the other day, and also Daphne's a sex worker. Like,
Like,
you know,
what?
like, why is my life relevant to fucking anybody?
oh,
I guess it's like saucy, it's a bit of tea sort of thing, but it's like,
yeah.
move on.
People love gossip too. So, like, anything to, like, talk about,
Yeah.
they'll grab onto it.
Yeah, it's fucking whack. So when it comes to creating content, like do you film with other people? Do you just film independently? Like,
So, usually I do most of my content, like, on my own.
yeah,
I've done a few, like, photo sets with other people, and I have, like, met with other people that want to make content.
yeah,
Just stuff happened and it didn't end up going down. But yeah, it's mostly just me, like, solo content, toys, whatever, shower stuff.
yeah. Washing your hair, obviously.
Yeah.
Wouldn't skip that.
People love that shit.
I've been told between you and your partner, they're like fucking.
Just soap it up and, like, you know, throw some bubbles around and whatever.
See, I don't know why, but when I'm having like a shower and I'm making content, it's usually like I'm like using food in there.
Yeah, okay. So I think I've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
Like a cucumber.
See, I just do that in my bed, not in the shower.
But I think, like, all my eyes twitching. I think OnlyFans is, like, a bit weird about food because it's not supposed to go inside you or whatever.
Yeah. Have you had any content removed because of OnlyFans, like restrictions?
I have. I need to remember what it was.
Done, done.
But I have.
done.
Is that all, though? There was something else, wasn't there?
Just a cucumber.
I actually don't think I've done it with any other food. Oh, yeah, no, that was still up. Maybe just a cucumber one then.
So far, anyway.
Yeah.
I saw, I think it was someone on Twitter saying that you're not allowed to dress up as a vampire on OnlyFans.
Really?
That's
Why?
like discrimination
Why
to
though?
my views. I think because it usually involves blood, and you can't have blood on there anymore. That's what I'm
But like
assume.
even like fake makeup, like literally
you're
a
not
red
allowed to have
crayon.
fake blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like that's a whole thing because they're trying to like restrict it,
Yeah.
like trigger warnings and like that sort of shit. Yeah. So they're trying
No,
to
I
make
get it. I get
more
it, but I
censored.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and then because then I saw something like, oh, you won't be able to dress up as a fucking devil soon, and I was like,
Or like with little horns and a tail or whatever.
I'm like, but I don't understand how that would be an issue, like unless you're like a fucking demon that's coming out of like a horror movie and you're covered in blood.
Yeah.
But it's like, there goes my my Edward Cullen cosplay fucking
Damn,
content.
okay.
Not gonna have no one break into my bedroom and.
I wonder if like you could try other objects that are shaped like penises but aren't food.
I have
Like
thought
imagine
about
that
that.
over there.
The vase, like a glass vase.
Or not glass, but just like that
Well,
shape.
you can have glass dildos.
Yeah.
So how would they know, like, what? Like, I wonder what actually picks it up. Like is it just kind of like a random, like, computer-generated thing that kind of goes through and detects it? Or is
I
it
would
actually
imagine
someone
so.
sitting there with their penis out being
Going
like,
through everything, yeah.
Yeah. Because I had my, like, I made a video with ping pong balls and that got removed. But for Christmas, I made a video with baubles, like, off my
Like
Christmas
actual
tree.
baubles,
and
yeah.
that didn't get deleted. But I'm starting to think,
That's
because
weird.
I've
I'm
bought
not sure.
Kegel balls. Like, so I'm wondering if they're thinking maybe because baubles, like, they look metallic, if maybe they thought they were just big ass fucking Kegel balls.
And was like, yeah, she's getting fit, it's fine.
Yeah, like, oh, she must have popped out a baby, this one.
Because they are meant for insertion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like,
That's the policy, is that things that aren't meant for
Yeah, because I read it up.
insertion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd probably get away with that rather than...
The ping pong balls are just like a fucking orange
That's
ball.
right, okay.
I thought you were throwing something at me.
No, I was just like, boom, good idea.
Yeah, so that's why I end up buying Kegel balls. 'Cause I'm like, well, they can't, like, if I even keep like the box and be like, this is where it came from, they literally like sold as Kegel balls, this is a receipt. You can't
Yeah.
be mad at that.
I never thought of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I like to like you go through like on like sex shops and stuff online and look up just like the novelty stuff because like that's
Yeah.
where I get like a lot of ideas too. So it's like just random things like that. But then it's also like how many dildos can you really buy? Like realistically, at some point it's like, okay, I've got the rainbow. I've got an assortion of like
They
sizes
have a
and
cute
shapes.
hippo one.
A hippo one. I
And
feel like
the-
octopus
The
tentacle ones
handle's
and
a
shit.
little hippo. I want to...
Bestiality. But moving on from that, yeah. So when it comes to creating content with other people, because like I've had an influx of messages recently by people saying like, are you doing meets and stuff like that? Like, am I going to start filming them and putting them on OnlyFans? And a lot of people don't understand like the
What goes
logistics, like the
into it.
paperwork side of things that go into being able to
So
film content
hard.
with other people.
Like how...
And it's awkward.
Like, it took me so long to get my profile verified. I sent them so many photos of me with my ID, me with my thing.
Yeah.
This OB, like, it's
And like
just...
you have to like put your face in like a fucking
It's
face
insane.
shape and
It's
like you have to
insane. And then to have somebody else like come in and then you have to get a photo of them with their ID and their this thing over
like
here.
consent forms and all sorts of stuff. So it's like,
And so hard.
yeah, people are like, oh no, it's okay, we can just film. I'm like, it's not just filming. It's so much
we can't
more
just
than that.
meet in 10 minutes, get it done, and then...
Yeah, whip out your iPhone
Upload
sort of
it,
thing.
like-
And yeah, it's so much more than that. And then it comes down to like, there's a lot of people that think, oh, well, if I'm starring in your content, then I don't have to pay for like sex and stuff like that and all this sort of
Yeah,
thing. So
no,
it's like,
that's not
it's
how
like that's
it
under my
works.
discretion. That's not, you don't get to tell me that you will have sex with me, but it's okay because you'll film it. So that's fine. It's like, no,
you pay
it's
me
still
for
my body.
service,
Yeah.
and then it goes on my page,
Yeah.
so I get paid for it.
Yeah, it's like there's so much shit that men just don't fucking understand because like obviously like I predominantly deal with men,
Yeah.
and so I'm like dealing with them and I'm just like, bro, just shut the fuck up, just shut up. Like I just don't, like, you don't get it. And like I just say to them, like, I'll just talk about it on my story, like I'm sick of repeating myself. I'm a broken record.
There needs to be like a little short video that shows them everything you need to do so that they understand that like it's not as easy as just having a quick meet for 15 minutes or whatever it takes.
Yeah. And then they do the whole, oh, it's okay, I won't put my face in it. It's like, your face ain't the fucking problem. Like, personally, I think your face is a problem. Onlyfans don't think your face is a problem.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure it is easier, though, if you're making content with another content creator. I'm pretty sure what you have to do is just tag then their account.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, it's then easy to collaborate with other content creators, but then you have, like, you know, do you get a say, or are they going to try and take over as a creator as well?
Yeah,
like,
right.
where do you find that creative medium? It's like, you know, they have their style, you have your style, like, all
How
sorts
do you
of
put
things.
them together?
Yeah. And then it's like, you know, if they're selling it on their account, do you sell it at your account, like, for the same price? Like, what's it, like, you know?
Yeah,
Then it's kind
true.
of
I
like
didn't think about
competitive and, yeah. So much shit.
Interesting. A lot goes into it.
Well, there's so much more than what people realise. And, you know, just to get that little blue tick on your fucking account, like the amount of photos. And then, like, you know, months later, they'll be like, oh, okay, you need to re-verify or something. And you're like, bitch, all I did was dye my hair. Like, come on.
That's so bad.
Yeah. And it's so awkward. And then, like, yeah, taking photos of, like, random people. It's like, can you just, like, hold your ID? Like, it's like as if like, you work at fucking RMS. Like, oh, can you just, like, look at the camera? It's like, it's awkward.
Makes the meet a bit awkward.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, do you do that at the start of the meet or at the end of the meet? It's like, do we, like, get it out of the way first, or do we do it at the end when we're more comfortable with each other, but then it's kind of still awkward?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's
there's no
strange. It's
comfortable
very
way to go
strange.
about it.
No.
Like,
Just even messaging someone to ask about it sometimes is a bit weird.
yeah. And it's like, I had a client that I used to have be like, oh, how would you like to make content? And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I sent him through, like, my price list for my meets now because I hadn't seen him for, like, 2 years. And I'm like, okay, this is my updated list, blah, blah, blah. Like, and he was like, oh, I thought if we were filming it, it was free. And I was
Why?
like,
What makes you think it's free?
but this was after, like, him messaging me for 3 weeks because it was when I was, like, really sick, when we all got sick after Zoe and I went to Newcastle. And so he was, like, messaging me like, oh, are you better yet? Are you better yet? Do you want to film yet? And, like, I still thought that he was aware that he was paying.
Yeah.
And then I finally got better and I was like, yeah, like, I should be free. And, like, I put him at, like, the top of my priority list thinking, well, he's been keen, he is a return client, like, I know what to expect from him and everything.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of like, no, like, I thought it was free. I was just like, bro, you're wasting my fucking time for weeks now. Like,
That's
what
so
the
annoying.
fuck? Yeah.
We
It's
don't get into this business to do stuff like
for free.
for free, yeah.
Like, the whole point is for us to make money. We're not out here taking nudes for love.
That's,
Like,
that's right.
And, you know, you and I have often
so bad.
discussed as well, like, how draining it is. Like,
It is pretty tiring, like, especially if you already have a job too. So then, like, in your spare time,
yeah, you're still working.
yeah, it still feels like work, kind of. Because if you don't get it done, it's like, you really see that shit starts falling behind, like...
Yeah, it's very easy
It's
to fall
hard.
behind. And it's like, I don't think people realise how much time and effort actually goes into it. Because, yeah, if you want to, like, you know, put lingerie on, half the time you got to figure out how the fuck a set goes on first
that's
and
right.
find all the pieces to it.
And then you got lighting.
Yeah, you got lighting.
So it takes, like, fucking forever just to set up a
Yeah.
ring light in the right spot for the phone to film without shadows or, like, whatever.
And then you move the ring light, it fucking unplugs. You're like, fuck you! Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. And then it's like, you got to, like, tidy up your background and things like that. You got to clean your room. It's like, that's
pretty
disgusting.
hard. And, like, so you can have a queue. I'm actually probably getting to the end of my queue now. I really need to make some shit.
Yeah.
But, like, even that's hard because you need to, like, bulk make content to be ahead in the queue.
Yeah. So by a queue,
So
it's
at
like
some point, you've got to
sorry.
do it every day, sorry.
Yeah, no, so it's like, so what Nicole does, which is what I have tried to do, and then I got kicked out of Snapchat, but that's a fucking another story. But it's like, you make, like, bulk content and then you set it up so it posts each day, so we don't have to go on and post it every single day. We don't have to make content every day.
I just put the headings on it and, like, and
Yeah.
then when it uploads, I just check the comments and reply to anyone that messages me and whatever, so.
Yeah, so, like, you check, like, the interaction, but we don't have to go through the hassle of, like, uploading it, watching it sit there and fucking prepare for, like, forever, and then it finally uploading, then it processing, and then titling it and all that sort of shit. We can do that in advance. It's just one less thing we have to do on the day.
Pretty good.
It's a good, like, way to do it.
But then if, like, you fall behind, it's like you have to do, like,
Then you sit there
this many videos to be this far ahead.
Yeah.
So that you don't really have to do much for the next few days. You can go to work and do washing and whatever else you need.
You
to
can just do your other, human needs.
Human life shit, yeah.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like when you're juggling it with an actual job, like when you're juggling it with another job, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because
sure
like I find the best time for me to make content is like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I've got to get up and go to work the next day, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. Like I struggle to make content during the day. I don't know what that is for me, but
see, I prefer to do it in the day.
Yeah.
Just to have like not as many like lights. I just want the natural light from outside.
Yeah.
I would do it outside if I could.
Yeah. Because
I'm worried about the neighbours being like, what the fuck's going on over
Yeah.
there?
Then they're getting stuff for free and fucking.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but a lot goes into it. People don't realise like sometimes you actually have to sit down and plan like, I'll do this video and I'll wear this and then I'll change and then I'll do this.
And then you got to make sure that like what you're doing at the end, you like, you're prepared for that after doing, like, because, if you're, say, doing something like paint, you're not going to do that first.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You're going to do that at the end and things like that. So, and like there was one time that I made a little like foam bath in my bedroom because, that's what you do on carpet, right? And then it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, I've now got a pool, like a shell pool of water in my fucking bedroom, and I'm like out here like getting buckets, tipping it out the front, getting buckets.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, this is not it. Like this is not a good
not
time.
the way to go.
And then everyone's like, oh, like, you must get so turned on when you're making content. Oh, it must be so horny. And I'm like sitting there, like me bare ass fucking hanging out. Like I've like, got a bra left on. I'm just like, fucking water, get the fuck out of here. And then I'm like, I got paint everywhere. I got paint on my carpet. And
it's like sometimes fun to make content. I think it depends on definitely your mood level. For me, the sunshine.
Yeah.
If it's raining, I just don't want to do nothing. I just want to like watch Netflix and lay around on my phone.
Just be comfortable.
Yeah, but if it's nice and sunny, like get shit done. Like, try and get as much as you can. Yeah, I don't know. It's all about mood and weather for me, I think.
Yeah, I think you've like, if you're in the right mindset for it, like you can even like push yourself to make it. Like you might even be like, you plan to have a day. If you're like, I feel good today. Like I might go make content. Like you might feel like you've done your makeup well that day. Like you might just like feel sexy. You're like, that's a good day to make content.
Feeling yourself.
But when you have days where you're just like, so you've like just gotten off your period. You're like, I haven't done washing in like fucking 3 days. I've been laying in bed. I've got like fucking Dorito crumbs on me. You're like, I'm not making content today.
Yeah, no.
You're like,
I was meant to do some today, but I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I was supposed to do some yesterday and I was like, I got my period. Nope.
I think I'm going to get mine soon, so
yeah.
Want to try and get some done before then and then
got to like start up again after. Do you make content on your period or are you just like, no?
So I had a request one time and I tried.
Yeah.
But like I don't really think, like you couldn't really see anything. And I just, I was like, it's probably not what he's after. So I just said, look, I'll try next time or whatever I said.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't done it since then, so.
No, I actually used to make it back when I first started. So back in like 2019, I would make content when I had my period. Just kind of be like, okay, disclaimer, you guys, like I do have my period. So like, if that's not your thing, don't watch this one sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
But I wonder if you'd still be able, I'd assume that you can't do that now with OnlyFans banning blood.
No.
It's natural. Fucking, they hate women. OnlyFans hates women. I'm gonna say it. I'm always making the fucking shots on here. I'm wondering how long we've been talking for.
It's probably been a little bit.
Like 30, 40 minutes easy.
Fucking oath.
Nice.
You've done very well. It's been lovely having you on as a guest. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Not really, no. I had a pretty good time. I was a little nervous, but I think like once we start
you've done amazing.
Talking and shit, like, that kind of goes away a little bit.
Yeah, it's very casual once you kind of strum up a conversation. But yeah, so we will post all of Nicole's details at the end as well, so you can follow, like, subscribe, fucking, that.
Pay me money for my nudes.
Yeah. That you can do that because now you know how hard it is that she fucking puts into that. That she waits for a sunny day for you guys to take fucking photos.
I love a good sunny day.
So go and appreciate that. Drop some sun emoji. But yeah, no, so it's been lovely having you here. So thank you for, stepping up when we were missing my awesome co-host. So thank you for under the pressure, getting ready, sitting here and talking about your fucking partner. And we will see you guys in episode 12.
Bye.
Bye.